Hello, guys, and welcome back to our broadcast here of the ESL ANZ Champs Qualifier number 2. Now we move on back to a little bit of a home turf here for both sides. Similar service right here, and it is going to be our notorious Big versus Peppy matchup. Now, something to take note though is Peppy has changed races, moving on from Zerg, has gone over to Protoss instead, and it seems like he's very prepared for his opponents. But for our first map, we are going to be getting into a macro voice, man, and it will be Pillars of Gold LE. Gonna be interesting to see what this TVP is gonna be going all about. The game gonna be starting already, so let's get into the action. So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and here we are at it again. We are just going as quick as can be in these games, and this is the upper bracket right now. This is going to be round number 3, the quarterfinals here. There's one away from the semifinals themselves, but introducing first here on the top right of Pillars of Gold, it is going to be our great Protoss, Legacy Esports' own Peppy. Peppy doing a really good job a while ago against neutrals, showing off and making it happen so far. Really impressive to see how refined his play was, getting those build orders on, and just basically getting the tech swap that he needed, holding the line with the spines, with the roaches, even though he had the army disadvantage. But his opponents, someone very familiar to him, that's for sure. Because this guy is also part of Legacy Esports for almost around 3 years. Pretty much the same time these guys have been scrimming, have been working together for the longest time. It is gonna be the blue Terran here, nOtoRioUsPiG. The pig gonna be here on the southwest side, and you know, like we said before, a lot of family traits here between our two players. They have been working together, they've been playing together, they went into Legacy Esports at the same time alongside Azure, Run Amok, as well as Gun. So it really just goes to show they know how each other plays, they know how everything is gonna go, and we are basically in a Legacy Esports civil war. The question is, who is going to be the one taking this victory? Now, the thing to note is, nOtoRioUsPiG has been a little more on the, on the retired side. Not really too retired, but basically he hasn't been as active as Peppy, looking at their recent match history. This is one of the comeback turnips here for nOtoRioUsPiG basically, and yesterday he showed his stuff, really surprised and really bring it, showing that he is really in the top echelons of the AU region. Gotta say he's around in the top 3, if not in the top 2 in Australia itself. In the meantime, you know, for Peppy, as we said, top 10, trying to get even better and better, and at least Legacy Esports having such a strong family right there, really adding things up on their collection. And it's just fun to see, you know, these two players very familiar, and it just goes to show when you know you're playing against your opponent, you're going to be changing something else. So for Peppy, I do think he has a little bit of an idea against against nOtoRioUsPiG so far. He's going to be looking to do something a little different per se, to really kind of surprise his opponents, to say the least. And playing this Protoss might be the one to go on for. Now, if I remember correctly, last time these guys have played on a tournament setting has to be around last year in the Cyber Gamer StarCraft 2 2019 Season 2, which Pig won 2-0. But anything can happen over the course of a year, and in a case like this, we can finally talk about the game because there's so much history between these two players, to say the least, and it really is just fun to see, well, the AU region just like this. In any case, Pilot gonna be set on up in front, and there we go with the gateways all where their shield battery gonna be going online as well. Peppy gonna be blockading the ramp from the Reaper, gonna be blockading that quick little jump point there. It seems like an Oracle gonna be into play as well. Stargate gonna be on the east side, and I love how it's patrolled on the Oracle that's just spinning around like a top there. But in the meantime, Pig gonna be happy to get that 1-1-1 expand up and running. Engineering Bay gonna be there as well in behind. It seems like a Raven gonna be in order here for our Terran player as well. We see Pig do this quite often. He gets these one by one units. He gets these one-off units, like the Siege Tank, like the Raven at the starting point, and then he transitions those buildings into those barracks with the tech lab, get those upgrades as quick as can be. But Big has to be careful. It's something he's been forgetting to do for quite a while, but a drop already onto the main base. Seems like it is going to be pretty doomy right there because he gets 6 out of that one. The Pig with surprise gets the takedown on, and clean as was all there. So it seems like the micro was in order there for Pig. Not noticing that he needs to supply depots up and running there, canceling that one out though, that low building there. But finally, these tech structures have been swapped around. Impact is going to be the first thing up and running here for a Terran player. Hey, you know, Peppy Protoss, gotta say, I'm really excited to see this, because I've looked a few VODs on Peppy, and by that I mean I literally turned on YouTube on my second screen and be like, okay, this guy knows how to play Zerg. So seeing Protoss from him, it has to be something that the AUC knows about, that Legacy Esports knows about, and Pig knowing something is gonna be going on here. Missile Turret is into play already, as he saw the Stargate there a while ago. And what is going to be the plan here? Phoenix going to be there onto the west side. It's Peppy having 3 of these Phoenixes up and running. But unfortunately for him, nOtoRioUsPiG already with that one-off Cyclone as well. And as I said before, you know, seeing these one-off units was something that he likes to do. And in that match against Justice Simon, you know, that Cyclone setup here, the Siege Tag setup here, the Raven helping on around. So this isn't really something that Pig doesn't do, you know. It's something that he does do pretty often, and he really maximizes the usage of those one-off units. But in any case, at least our Star Brigade here gonna be flying on around like these spaceships, wanting to float on over. And they spot out the SCV saying, no sir, you're not gonna be building any kind of buildings right there, but it is nOtoRioUsPiG happy to get the upgrades coming in behind. Should be the stim pack pre 7 minutes, so should be good to go if he wants to go for the attack here. And basically, all he needs to do right now is get a good number of these Marines, get rid of those Phoenixes. And as we say before, Phoenixes are really good units. If encountered against many Marines, that's just not gonna fly, isn't it? That's really just the case there. In any case, though, seems like the setup here for Pig is good to go. SimCity finally learning its roots, learning where to set on up. And he's only going for the 3 gas system right now. So not too many Marauders going to be into play. It's really going to be all about Marines and Marines. A few medevacs in behind in terms of gas here, though. Doesn't really need it because he's not going for too much there. Siege tanks still going to be into place. He's keeping the tech lab actually on the factory, so wouldn't be surprised to see him reinforce in a more old school way. 3 bases up and running here for Peppy already. It's gonna be nOtoRioUsPiG wanting to go on the attack, and Peppy gonna be bringing his Charizards. Good lift on over to the siege tank, preventing them to get the shock cannons on, and the distraction squad right here, right now. But the Rain's picking a different target, shoots up in the air, gets the takedown there. And Peppy gonna get caught out in the open instead. I like the idea. Execution, though, not gonna pan out because of the number of units nOtoRioUsPiG has right now. And this is just basically the death ball that the Marines, the medevacs, as well as siege tanks like to truly do. One Marauder gonna be there as well. And this is what the Terran Dominion is all about. Here comes Pig, though, going for that stim pack on already. And Peppy, in the meantime, gonna be retreating away from all these units. Since Peppy has a really good economy, he can get a number of units here and there with the warp cycles, but he has to be quick or he will be dead. I believe he has around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these warp gates online. He is going to be getting that Archon up as well, since he doesn't have Psystorm available. Splash damage from the Shockwave going to be a good helping point, but beautiful anti-armor here from the Raven. This is going to be Pig right now, out for blood, looking to go for the destruction there. And the Pylon going to be the first one on the board, preventing any warp cycles in front of that one. No, though, the Archon going to be there just to get melted down. Doesn't matter. Those shields won't do enough there. And the anti-armor really bringing the hurt in the first place. Is charging on in just to die yet again. nOtoRioUsPiG right now trying to set up those hit squads. And it's going to be 79 Army to 35. It's going to Peppy trying to survive here, but a little too greedy for his own liking. This is Pig right now, bringing in the heat, bringing in the guns. And you know who would win? A old school tech advanced caste system structure of an alien race, or some people with guns. It's the gun people who make it happen. It is nOtoRioUsPiG getting the first map on the board. There you go, guys. Our Terran player making it happen, and that is what happens. That is just what happens when you leave nOtoRioUsPiG to his own devices. That's what I really have seen from his gameplay. If you let him play his build order, oh, that's gotta hurt. That's gotta hurt. And really well played there from Pig. Absolutely impressive when he's able to execute just like that. And gotta commend him in how played that one out there on Pillars of Gold. Same setup as we've seen before, execution ever so clean, and we are going to be getting into our second map, which will be a pretty standard fanfare right there. Everdream LE, always a fun sight to see, that's for sure. And as we are waiting on for oh no game heart, so we'll just quickly leave this lobby and get into another one instead. Make sure that we are good to go there with the invite wherever it may come. And hey, thank you guys for checking this one out. Again, always a pleasure to be bringing you guys the action here. But let's look into that VO3 again. Invites from Peppy. There you go. Thank you very much, Mr. Peppy. But yep, game hard can be good to go whenever they're ready as well. And let's get into Everdream LE. This time, we might look to see if Peppy will be a little more careful per se in terms of those expansions. He has the right ideas, but he's not having enough on the army. He's running these units in just to die basically. And against Pig, who's all set up, it's not gonna happen. Peppy's like he's trying to go for his own setup in a way to bother his opponent, but that's kind of where the cookie crumbles. That's kind of where the problem really lies in. But hey, the ideas are there, and we'll see if the execution can be a little better coming into the second game here on Everdream LE. Legacy Esports gonna be represented by both of these players, and we'll find out who will win it out in the second map. So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and here we are at it again on basically the AU side of the brackets. Introducing first here on the top right of Everdream LE, it is going to be our great Protoss here, going for the off race, but looking to make it happen. It is Legacy Esports' own Peppy. So it seems like his Protoss play does make sense. Is pretty solid, perhaps, in terms of the macro department, but, you know, units, man. Gotta need those units, and for a Zerg player, having just a few units like that feels a little weird per se, and it's just a different ideology, right? You know you want to go for the probe up because you usually want to go for the drone up, but getting units itself isn't as quick as the Zerg, and while Peppy is coming in from muscle memory, maybe that's what hurt him in that first game psychologically, but it just goes to show he really knows how to build a great economy. And if you can build it from there, he can have such a good advantage against his opponents, which is on the southwest side here of Everdream LE. It will be our Blue Terran, Piglets. And what a way to get my attention. What the guy. Okay, guys, this guy is really trying to get my attention, so let me just answer this one real quick. But PVZ, we go at it again, and we'll find out what this is gonna be all about here. My God, I need my contacts right now. Don't worry about it, Mr. Vim. And there we go. So we are good to go again. Reaper gonna be going for that scouting information as per usual, and it seems like Peppy will go for that 1 gate 1 core blockade the jump point and go for the Nexus as well. So pretty standard stuff on both our Terran and Protoss. And just goes to show Peppy is a very well-researched player. He knows how to execute it on a race that he doesn't play as much, I'd say. You know, looking into his history so far with the Zerg itself. But we're gonna get Chrono boosted on that one and play it in a safe way. What a guy. What a guy, this guy. And I answered you already. In any case, gonna be an Adept gonna be next on the list. Wild Council gonna be here as well. So Peppy maybe gonna be going for the early Blink Stalker, maybe gonna be going for the early Adept Glaives. Those are gonna be questions will be answered here. But in the meantime, gonna be on to the high ground already. That Stalker is shots keeping on coming. And we'll see if this Reaper right now can get a little more scouting information. The probes right now trying to make sure that the Reaper cannot see his Wild Council, but it's a little too late. And instead, it's the Stalker looking to get back in position. But those combat drugs keeping the heals on. And this is a pesky Reaper so far. It's gotten 2 kills, so it's already paid for itself and more. Information check. Some kills there, and then check. And the Adept gets a shade on just in time. So it seems like Blink Stalker gonna be on the menu here. And the question is, will it be the 6-gate all-in with the Immortals, or will it just be a very, very strong Blink Stalker push? When you're on that Terran and you're caught unaware by Blink Stalkers. It's just like, okay, what do we even do now? That extra mobility really hurts in the long run, and you just need to have a good army in behind all of this. Seems like though that don't worry about that quick little chat right thing there. My bad in the first place, but for the time being, at least it is gonna be Pig here looking to set on up with his bunker for safety. He's done this before. He's done it quite a lot actually. And he was punished actually the first time in the tournament when he didn't get the bunker before the CC. So he's been a lot more careful about it, that's for sure. He's just making sure it's going to be happening per se. But for the time being, we will have Pig going over to the east side with a medevac. A while ago, he got a good drop on and made sure that it was going to be Boom going the dynamites and getting those probe kills in the backline. Here we go at it again, though. And the Widowmine going to get caught out there. Second Widowmine, though, for the main base. And we'll see right now if Pig can get the DPS on. Will it happen? It won't really. The Burrow is not even going online here. The Stalker's getting the shots on. We'll see the missile connect onto one Stalker, so it does get at least one kill. And here we go with two of those probes also getting caught out in the open. So not the worst one there for Peppy. Pig at least hurting just a little bit. Link Stalker, though, gonna be online soon. And here we go with 4 gates up and running. Seems like Peppy maybe potentially going for the 2 base all-in by the scenario. Warp Prism is ready to go, but Pig in behind still has the sneaky peeky medevac, and he wants to go at it again. Unlucky for him though, Peppy is already on it, making sure that he can get in position, but the missile still connects. It gets rid of these 3 probes. And even though Pig was just trying to play it patient, Peppy was ready to go, was ready and waiting, ever so vigilant so far. For now though, step back, combat shield as per usual, and this time Pig is gonna have a faster time at it. He is supply blocked again, something that he has been kind of slipping on when he's going for the micro when those drops do happen. But besides that, his build order has been pretty clean overall. Earlier upgrades also means that he can get the death ball even quicker, and I do like the fact that he's getting these upgrades right now. He needs that extra HP for those Marines. He needs that stim back to deal with the Blink Stalkers, because they are going to go to the high ground already. This is going to be a good timing attack though from Peppy. He's looking to make things happen. The Stalkers going to be going over to the east side. There we go, more and more of these units, and the Blink Stalkers trying to get the hell out of there. What control though from Peppy. He only loses 1 Stalker style points even for our green Protoss. But my oh my, that's really what just that high ground vision is all about. Here we go though at it again. Peppy gonna be retreating there as we do still see a siege tank in position. For the time being though, all the Blink Stalkers trying to get in on and stay alive. And well, these Marines and these Marauders feeling very confident so far. So this time nOtoRioUsPiG going to be adding on up with the Marauder count. He's also going to be getting Concussive Shell, which is even better against Stalkers. Once they blink, that's pretty much it. It's so easy to get the chase down on yet again. And here we go right now. We'll see if it is going to be enough. Peppy going to be on to the north side. There we go though with a salvage yet again. And Concussive Shell will be online here. Now Peppy has to be careful. He has to tiptoe to the best degree. And if he gets caught by a stim back push, then it's going to be sayonara to these Stalkers already. So what's the plan of action? Seems like Peppy is playing the contain instead. The Pig is going up on the economy with the mules as well as the SCV advantage. Then this is looking really good here for the Terran. There we go with a step back on in. The Marauders though getting a catch on and will be able to get that takedown. Pig right now keeping it up and is just basically dealing with stragglers here, there, and everywhere. Peppy has to stay alive. Peppy has to keep these units up and running. And this third base right now going to get heavily pressured by our Terran player. nOtoRioUsPiG also notorious with how well he can truly play. And it seems like the Warp Prism going to get saved for a rainy day there with 4 Stalkers online. But this is now Pig waiting on the outskirts, looking into the low ground, making sure that it's not going to be that rich Bespin Geyser expansion there. Giving chase though, trying to get the hits on, but Charge Lot will be available. So there is a room for punishment if need be. But double the army count already here for nOtoRioUsPiG. Peppy has to try and survive this warp cycle again. But a pylon will go down and goodbye to the power, goodbye to the reinforcements, and maybe goodbye to Peppy's chances here. Pig though gonna be looking to still stay on. There we go, the Blink Star forward, and Peppy will call it. nOtoRioUsPiG moves on to the semifinals, and he is 1 series away from moving on to the group stage and getting back in that glory. So a very interesting series to say the least. nOtoRioUsPiG winning it out when he is unhampered. He can really do all he can and more. Peppy in the meantime showing off with his Protoss, but unfortunately, the off race doesn't really work out for him, and that is just gonna be victory right there for our turn player. It's been quite a while here for nOtoRioUsPiG, and he is just one series away from moving on to the group stage of the ESL ANZ champs. Gonna be a great addition though to see him back in action, that's for sure. And let's just look at that map screen yet again. No third map right there because we see Pig taking it down in 2. And our Terran is styling, that Terran is doing it work. And we'll see if he can go the distance. So we will be right back, ladies and gentlemen. We'll check out the other parts of the bracket. Stay tuned, stick around. This is the ANZC qualifier number 2 for the ESL ANZ Champs group stage, as this is preparation for DreamHack SC2 Masters Fall.